So we had Adam on about a month ago, and boy, did we roast his business. Copy's kind of feminine.
Okay.
You in a dress?
That's an ad.
So you are from
pretty funny.
California. Well, he's back, and this is what he has accomplished in just 30 days. Let's take a look. All right, Adam, you got roasted 30 days ago, and you're here to give me an update, brother. What has happened since?
A lot has freaking happened. Your marketing is magic, dude. You're a freaking wizard at what you do. It's like not even like I can't even possibly fathom having that kind of talent. But basically, what happened was the issue I was having was, first of all, attracting the right type of entrepreneurs that can pay me high amounts of money for what I do, and then also how I should position it. And first of all, that pitch you gave me on the spot, I turned it into a VSL and it was converting at above 10%. It was like insane. And the second part to that was like I was attracting really high level entrepreneurs. I had a guy that booked a call with me doing 6 mil a year, another guy doing 2 mil a year, others doing like 500K. So like everything, your marketing just worked phenomenally.
When you came on the first time, you basically, your messaging was all jacked up because you were trying to attract entrepreneurs that had employees, but you were using normie speak, and you were attracting entrepreneurs that were like barely entrepreneurs or self-employed people.
Pretty close. Yeah. Basically, I was trying to attract entrepreneurs and I was attracting very early stage entrepreneurs or even aspiring entrepreneurs. It wasn't necessarily entrepreneurs with employees was my goal in the begin with. You gave me that idea.
Right. And remember, I gave you the idea that the best thing you could do is go after people with employees. I mean, higher level entrepreneurs is fine, but if you go after people with employees, there's an opportunity there to have a much higher ticket sale and help their employees. I mean, dude, I just hired a multi six-figure COO to essentially do that for my employees. Okay. Before we move on to the next problem. Okay. Let me just ask, did you make your copy a little bit more masculine?
Yeah, a little bit more. I did the tips you told me to do, but then it was so over the top and hard to even like understand some of the lingo. But yeah, definitely made it more masculine.
Okay. So you're not just getting people from California with nine persons.
No.
Okay, cool. All right. So by putting out the right messaging and speaking to the right people, you got the right people, and thus you made more money. How much more money did you make?
Yes, I mean I spent about 2,500, maybe it was about 2,700 or so on ads, and then got a 10K sell, and then had a few other people that were booking calls. It honestly would have been more than 10K, but the issue was that a lot of these people again had problems I just couldn't really solve.
Give me an example.
So, for example, a lot of them, like, well, the guy who came on for 6 million, he needs a lot of help with helping with the culture, helping with like managing KPIs and a bunch of different other stuff where I'm not fully experienced on. So I didn't feel like ethical trying to like sell him. So instead, I would found someone that else that could fulfill on that and sent the deal to him that way. Whereas if I had the actual skills, like I could have closed so much more off of that 2700.
What makes you think you need to sell him that? Let me understand how this went. He gets on a call, and what he wanted was, more productivity for his employees?
Somewhat. Well, he needed a huge array of things. So part of it was definitely productivity for employees, where part of that I could help with like the mindset aspect of it. Other part, he needed help like managing their KPIs. He also needed to hire like a plumbing manager. He owns an HVAC and plumbing business.
Well, maybe he has erectile dysfunction too. So what? What does that have to do with you?
I guess just those were the problems that he was wanting me to solve. And I guess I probably should have stayed by.
It sounds like you didn't control the call.
No, I mean, I was just asking him what he needed help with, why he was on the call. And so he was listing the problems. And yeah, to your point, maybe I didn't do that good of a job on.
Have you read this?
Yep.
Did you do this?
I did at least the opening part. Yeah.
Why didn't you do the rest?
Well, because again, like what I was having to do for these people, because I just felt like my skill set didn't align with what a lot of these people needed on the call. So what I've been doing is more of a 2-call close. And so doing more of like a discovery call to see what they needed help with. And then the person that I've hired to help kind of with the fulfillment, we would kind of review the call, then hop on a second one.
Have I steered you astray so far?
What do you mean by that?
Have I given you bad advice?
No, your advice has been great.
Okay. So here's the thing. People have a lot of problems, right? Like when I go to solve a problem in somebody's business, there's a gazillion problems that they have. But if I make the call where it's all about every single problem they have and I don't control the frame of the call, then
they're just going to list out all the problems they have.
And they're going to get confused and they're going to like be all over the place, and then they're not going to make the sale. So how did you ask him what problems he had?
I don't remember because it was about like 3 weeks ago.
To your best recollection.
Yeah, I mean, I usually do so like do the whole frame that you have or going to a doctor and say, so what are you looking for help with on this call, or why are you on this call, or what are you looking for help with?
Did you say, why did you reach out to me specifically?
No, I did not. So I guess I didn't
Okay.
follow your advice.
This is all designed to control. I'm gonna be you, what you should have been, and you be the guy. Okay. Give me a made up name for the guy.
John.
John, great made up name. Hookers use that name a lot too. So, John, what do you need my help with specifically? That's what I would say.
I need help hiring employees, specifically plumbing managers. I need help improving the performance of my team, managing them, inspiring them, and building culture that gets them to feel welcomed and inspired to work.
Well, John, it sounds like there's a variety of issues in your business, like hiring, employee retention, tracking, employee productivity, etc. And look, I completely relate. I have a variety of problems in my business and in different areas of my life, like we all do. My question to you is this: if we were to focus in on just the issue of your employees not being productive, and we only solved that problem. Because what I don't want to do, John, I don't want to offer you something and try to solve a bunch of problems that I can't solve. See, I'm a specialist. So I don't want to approach this as if you have a very specific thing wrong with your stomach and I'm a general practitioner and I should be sending you to a specialist. Okay. Instead, I'm the specialist when it comes to productivity. So I completely understand that you have issues with hiring, this, and that. I am a specialist when it comes to productivity. My question to you is, if I could only solve the problem of making your employees 3 to 5 times more productive, and that is all we accomplished together, would that be something you're interested in?
Yes, it would.
Okay, so you just reset the
Hmm.
entire frame of the call. You got them back on track, and now the rest of the call is about that.
Hmm.
Now all this BS about outsourcing and hiring and it's all done. It's all gone. We
Yeah.
don't have to go there. Okay. You
Uh-huh.
get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah. That
Do you
makes total
understand?
sense. I should have had a better frame and held more control and let him back to it.
Right. Okay. Let's play this game again. I'm gonna be John, right? Well, Adam, I do have trouble hiring and firing and stuff, but here's the other problem, man. And I really need your help with this. I really suck in bed, man. No woman wants to sleep with me. Okay, can you help me with that?
Well, John, I probably could, but honestly, my expertise isn't necessarily aligned with that. And what I'd like to use the time I have to speak with you is how I can help you with boost the productivity of your employees so that their performance increases by 50, 60%, and you see more profits and you have less headaches.
That's okay. It was a little pitchy, but the point I'm trying to make is I could tell you that my knee got scraped and it has an infection, right? I could tell you that my wife hates me and every day I wake up and I want to just throw myself off of a building. So what?
Hmm.
Okay? Like people have all kinds of problems. But just because they tell you the problems doesn't mean you have to solve all of them. So this is what happens is it's sort of like, you ever watch the movie The Butterfly Effect?
No, I have not.
Basically, he went back in time or something like that, and he would just like one teeny thing, one like blade of grass that
Hmm.
was stepped on instead of what should have been stepped on, caused this chain reaction of all this horrible things that happened, right?
Hmm.
And the point I'm trying to make is, here's your journey, right? Here's
Hmm.
the beginning, here's the end. In this space, this tiny little entry space of the whole journey, we often make really bad decisions like the one you made that cause you to go way off the track in your journey. You're like in the woods over here, okay? And it's as simple as like just setting the expectation and controlling the frame.
Hmm.
Because now, a month later or 2 weeks later or whatever, you're sitting here like, oh my God, I gotta go learn all these new skills. Oh my God, I gotta outsource. I gotta all these problems that you're trying to solve that you don't have to solve,
Hmm.
right? Now, I'm not saying that you can't go out and get those skills. You
Hmm.
probably could. You seem like a smart guy. You could go out and get those skills. You could expand your offerings. You could charge more, et cetera, et cetera. But in that moment, that was
Oh,
not the case.
oh yeah,
So
100%.
make the freaking sale, dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, I definitely see your point.
Plus, you're being honest, right? Dude, people love honesty. I don't wanna sell you something that can't help you. So let's be
Mhm,
clear. I specialize in productivity. If I
mhm,
could just help your employees be 3 to 5 times more productive, would that be worth a chat about it, right?
mhm.
And, "Oh, yeah, yeah, that'll be okay, great. Now we're back on track."
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay? Does that answer your question?
Yeah, so it does, but the reason why I wanted this second call is for kind of like a different issue because I actually watched your video about like getting into your zone of genius, and it just
Yeah.
feels like I'm steering clear from it because like my zone of genius is really helping people take consistent action. Like I can, I'm extremely good at that, and that's what fills my heart up. Like I
But
transform
isn't that
clients.
productivity?
Yeah, yeah, but like some people might have productivity issues without that aspect of their productivity.
Who has a trouble with productivity that also doesn't have
I mean,
trouble
for
with
example, someone might be taking lots of action, but maybe their issue is they lack clarity, they're not getting good sleep, their energy, their mental alertness, like they don't have good focus.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're right, but does that not all kinda go in the same bucket?
Yeah, they're very hand in hand. All I'm saying is like when someone like if someone comes to me and they say, "Adam, I'm doing 10,000 a month or more in my business. I'm just struggling to consistently take action. Maybe I have a few days." Like I can serve them extremely well and get them these insane results where they're making hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars more. They're more confident than they've ever been. So it would just be nice if I could focus in on that area of expertise. Does that make sense?
It does, but here's the thing, brother. When I say that you need to focus on what you're best at, right?
Mm-hmm.
Stay within your gifts, right?
Mm-hmm.
You gotta figure out what your gifts are. You gotta figure out what you're best at. Now, I had years to figure that out. You're still kinda on the come up. When you're on the come up, you don't really know what your gifts are yet. You're kinda like opening a bunch of boxes and you're figuring out what it is. And just because you open a box and there's something in there doesn't mean that that's your gift, because there may be another box that has this amazing thing and that's your gift. And so you got to give yourself time to truly figure out what you're best at, not what you're just good at. So you might be really good at what you're talking about, but like, how much money have you made doing that?
Only probably like 35,000 from this offer, but it's more so like my marketing, I feel like is the issue and attracting those people in there. Like
Brother,
again,
you haven't done enough marketing. You haven't sold enough to understand what you're the best at. You've just scratched the surface, is the point I'm trying to make.
okay. I mean, I'm very confident that that's my area of expertise. I mean, I've been learning stuff like boosting productivity for over 5, 6 years, and getting people to take action is like something I've always been really good at.
Why does that have to be two separate things?
I guess it doesn't necessarily. It's just I was looking for an ideal way where I could just attract those entrepreneurs doing over 10K a month that their biggest bottleneck is specifically them struggling to take consistent action.
What is the friggin' difference, bro?
Yeah, I just think some people are going to come in there with different issues that aren't related to taking consistent action.
Taking consistent action is just words used to describe.
Mm,
It's just one way to describe lack of productivity, one symptom. You're getting caught up in semantics.
okay.
Dude, you gotta chill, man. You're doing well. So what? You had a few calls where people mentioned you just control the frame of the call. Did the guy say, "I don't need any help for me, I need help with them"?
Yeah, he said it was just his team.
Did you ask him what his productivity was like?
Yeah, I asked him if he needed help with his productivity. He said it's just his team. And that's what most of the people that have come on the calls, again, very small sample size. So you're right. But the vast majority of them have just been focused on like their team. And a lot of it's been like managing like KPIs, all that kind of stuff rather than
4
like,
calls.
yeah, very small sample size. So yeah, but the issue is like it's very high cost per lead because it's attracting the people. But yeah,
So who'd you sell the 10K to?
there was one person who came on here again looking for help with KPIs, hiring, etc. And so I hired one of my friends who's been a CEO of a company doing 3 mil, and so she's kind of helping with the fulfillment on some of the areas that I lack the skills.
Is she doing a good job?
Yeah, yeah, she's experienced. Like I said, she was the CEO.
Did
She
you
was the
pay her a cut?
yeah.
Do you still make good profit?
Not too much, but there's still some profit. But again, to your point, I could definitely learn the skills and she could help
All right,
teach me.
we're going off the rails here. We're in the woods, okay? Look, so what you're saying is you want to help entrepreneurs who need help with their productivity, not their team's productivity.
Yes.
Okay. And God, do you realize that people used to have to like leave a cave every day to go hunt and risk their lives to get meat and bring? I'm, bro. Listen, where did you grow up? You grew up in California.
Yeah.
Like, were your parents rich?
No.
Like, how'd you grow up?
I'm like middle class. Then my dad started a business and went south, and so lower middle class.
Which in California is like basically rich people here in Florida.
Yeah, perhaps. I definitely would not say we were rich by any means,
Yeah.
but
Dude, I have literally had to huddle in front of 4 space heaters that I spent my last dime on in Walmart because my furnace went out and my slumlord wouldn't fix it. And it was -16 degrees out, -52 with wind chill. And I
mhm,
only had a little bit of money because I delivered pizza for 7 years straight. Okay. I'm just not that picky when it comes to making money.
mhm.
Okay. You guys sometimes, man, you're just, I'll be honest, you guys are soft. You're like, oh, I made all this money, but this one teeny tiny little microscopic aspect I don't like. So I'm going to try something else. Like, think about it, bro. Like, why can't you help their team?
I mean, I can, but again, a lot of it's just going into like KPI. It's not as much as like the mindset of their
Because you
team.
didn't control the frame of the call.
Okay.
If you're stuck on this, like, look, and I get it. You want to do what you want to do. I've just not been that picky. For me, I love helping people where I can help them, right? If I was super picky, I sure as wouldn't work with people who spend 3 years figuring out what their offer is because they can't decide. But you know what? I'm really good at helping those people.
Mhm.
So my thing is, I discover my gifts and then I go and help where I'm like, I was given gifts, right?
Mhm.
I don't reject those gifts. Just because I may not prefer the exact situation, I still do what I do based on what my gifts are. So, at the same time, I understand that you want specific people, but you have people who are complete newbies who you don't want to
Mhm.
work with. You have people who have a team that now you don't want to work with them. You want the person who's like in transition in the middle, who's not a newbie, who has their stuff together, but doesn't have their stuff together enough to have a team. This is like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're just getting so
Very
picky,
limiting. Yeah.
so picky, bro.
Mhm.
Okay. But that's fine, right? So
Mhm.
basically, if you ran ads that were like, has your business taken off, but you're not quite ready for a staff yet,
Mm.
but you'd love to be more productive yourself, like something like that.
Mhm.
And that's vanilla copy, but I'm just doing it for clarity.
Yeah.
Then you probably would get more people like that. Or you could be like, is your business doing well, but you're a one-man show
Mm.
and you struggle with having enough hours in the day? Go
Mm.
watch this one-man show productivity system, right?
Mhm.
That would probably attract the people that you want to attract. So I'm not saying you can't. I'm just on you for being that picky. Because,
Yeah.
dude, like, what if you did work with their employees on productivity and oh my God, you found that you made them so much more money and they were willing to pay you 10 times more. And next thing you know, you're doing seminars for staffs of 50 to 100 and they're paying you 50 grand just to come for the day and talk. Like,
Mhm.
are you going to be like, no, it's because it's not precisely down to the atom what I want. Like,
Yeah. I see your point. I guess where I'm coming from is like I've just always been for the last like 4 or 5 years. I've just been hopping from what one marketer says to do that would be the easiest to sell or the best, and it's caused me to just keep hip hopping. I went from fitness doing this to only to find out I'm like I don't like doing this. Yeah, it makes me a little bit of money, but
I have a feeling that you're gonna work with these people, and then you're gonna figure out that you don't like it either.
I don't. I mean, I don't believe so, but maybe you could be right. We'd
Well,
only.
that's the pattern I see, man. You made some money with one person, then you found out that you didn't like them. I gave you the idea to go after entrepreneurs with staffs. Then you started with them, and you're like, oh, but I don't like that because I gotta do this and that, right? And now we're off to something else. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I see your point, but it's like I've worked with like 4 or 5 of these very small sample size, but it's always just the perfect situation. Like I don't know, it's so much easier to work with them. I deliver them crazy good results. I know I like working with them, and they get good results. They take everything I say to heart, and we just.
How did you get those people then?
So again, they like I said, when I was first targeting just men who procrastinate in general, sometimes those entrepreneurs would come into the funnel, and that's where I've gotten them from. But the issue is that I'm attracting a lot of these other people that are very unqualified, and again, don't really have the right level of mindset to really
But
understand.
these are normal problems. Both are normal problems. Having unqualified people in your funnel, in your marketing, is a normal problem. Having people ask you to do things outside of the scope of what you offer is a normal problem.
Hmm.
These are normal problems. And
Yeah.
it seems like instead of just solving the problem, you're rocketing yourself to another plane every time one of these problems hit.
Well, the issue is I was attracting like 90% of the unqualified. So I was just trying to shorten the amount
So
of
you
that's unqualified.
tighten up your marketing a little bit,
Yeah, that's
right?
yeah, that's what I'm looking for help
Yeah.
with.
Well, but that's what I'm trying to tell you, man,
Hmm.
is you tightened it up. And look, if you didn't want to work with people with a team, we should have talked about that on the last call. But what you're saying, I'm going to assume what you're saying is you didn't realize that, and now you realize it.
Yeah.
Here's what I would do. Here in the order, right?
Okay.
I would continue taking calls.
Okay.
I would try to control the frame of the call.
Hmm.
See if you can just get them to accept your productivity help. I would give yourself a chance to work with the employees because there's a lot more money there.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I might launch some ads that are sort of like in between the first two ads because the first
Hmm.
ads you were too wide. It sounds like these ads are too specific.
Hmm.
So go in the middle. Try
Okay.
something like, is your business doing well, but you're a one-man show? And look, maybe you're not ready for employees yet, but what if you could get 3 to 5 times more done without actually having to hire employees? What would that do for your business? My name is Adam Lucero, and I specialize in helping business owners who are a one-man show increase their productivity so much that they get way more out of their time and thus make way more money with way less effort. I have a case study of an entrepreneur I worked with where I was able to do whatever the friggin' result was, and I'd like to share it with you. Click the link included with this video, go watch the case study, and on that very video, I will share with you some things that you can do right now to increase your productivity, remove overwhelm, and take action. Blah, 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 blah. Right?
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
Try that, sure. But at
Mhm.
some point, here's what I'm saying. At some point, you're going to make some money, you're going to have people buy from you, and you're still not going to like some aspect of it.
Yeah.
You're just not. At some point, you're going to have to deal with it,
Yeah.
you know? But here's the point I was trying to make with the gifts is so many times in my life,
Hmm.
I have thought, I don't want to do this. I don't want to try that. I don't want to help that person. It doesn't seem like I would. And then I've actually done it
Hmm.
and found, oh, wow, I actually can help this person. I actually do like working with this person, and I didn't
Hmm.
realize it because I didn't give myself a
Give it a
chance,
chance.
right?
Yeah.
And so many times I have met entrepreneurs who they say, well, I don't think I'll like this. I don't think I'll like that. I don't think I want to do this.
Yeah.
And,
You'll
you
never
know,
know until you try. That's the
right.
point.
And look, sometimes they're right. They
Hmm.
are. But sometimes they're wrong.
Hmm.
And the thing is, if you're right, no big deal. But if you're wrong, you could have just given up something amazing. Because what happens if you do work with their employees and you go to yourself, wait a minute, this is actually very similar to helping entrepreneurs take action. It's kind of the same thing. And actually, these people, these people are easier to work with because they're just employees. They don't have all the stress of being a business owner. It's actually easier. Oh, wow. I'm getting way more results for this guy because I'm helping his whole team. Oh, and I'm getting paid way more money? Like, I really like this, and I didn't realize it. Now,
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's gonna happen. I'm not saying that. You might be right, but I'm saying that it could happen,
Yeah.
right? It could happen,
Hmm.
okay? So how many people have you worked with that are solopreneurs that you've helped and you've helped them crush it?
I'd say there's about 6 of them that I've worked with, and 4 have gotten like really, really good results.
That's amazing. That's not a lot. Like, maybe you have another gift or a variation of that gift that's even better, okay? But dude, I don't see why you can't work with those people and
Hmm.
maybe even work with employees too. Because here's what's going to happen. I hate to break this to you, man.
Yeah.
You're going to help them. They're going to crush. And then you know what they're going to do? They're going to hire
Oh, employees. Oh, okay.
employees. Okay. And then you know what they're going to do? They're going to email you and they're going to say, hey, Adam, you helped me a lot. I have a whole big look. They're gonna say, Adam, you helped me so much. I've hired employees now. I have all this more money. I have all this money I want to pay you. Can you do the same thing for my employees? Can I give you all this money? Can I give it to you? Huh? Okay. And then what are you gonna do? No, don't give me all the money. You did the same exact thing I did for you for your employees, which was an inevitability anyway.
Yeah.
Hello, McFly. Hello.
Yeah, fair
Okay.
point. No matter what path I go on, it would be good to have those skills and dial that in too. Yeah.
You don't even need to
Yeah,
do
you're right.
KPI
You're right.
tracking. Like, if you learn those skills, that'd be great.
But I
You
just
could
need to
hire
control the
somebody
call.
maybe and have a group coaching program. But bro, you don't think that just focusing on productivity would help?
No, it would. You're right. You're right.
You guys just hate money. Like,
Hate it. I'm allergic to it. Get it away. Nah, but I see your point, and yeah,
you
all
see
very
my
good
point? It's
points.
gonna end up there anyway, right?
Mhm.
Because when you help people, they grow. When they
Mhm.
grow, they wanna stick with you, and you're just like, "No." Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna go there anyway, bro.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
gonna go there. So here's what I want you to do.
'Kay.
First, seek deep therapy. No, I'm kidding. Um, well, probably therapy is good for everybody, but no, first, here's what I want you to do over the next 30 days. I want you to run an ad campaign
'Kay.
and do that solopreneur kind of angle, right?
'Kay.
Because you'll probably get that, but you got to make sure to say, "Hey, is your business booming, but you're a solopreneur and you just can't manage it all? Let me show you this productivity system." Blah 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 blah. Right?
Mhm.
Do that, and then at the same time, have more calls with the people coming in
Mhm.
with the staff.
Yeah.
Control the frame of the call. Sell them higher ticket,
Mhm.
and see if they're okay with you just helping
Just
their
with
employees with productivity, and just give it a try.
yeah, 100%.
Just try it, bro. Just try it. You
Mhm.
know, you're from California. You probably stuck something in your butt before, right?
No, I'm not gonna go that far and say that, but
I mean, you tried it, right?
in this case, no, I did not, but
No, I don't believe that. You're from Cali, bro. You've had something up your
it's one
butt.
of the rules of thumbs. If we're born in
It
California, it just
is. It
happens,
is.
right?
Well, unless you're in Orange County. Are you in Orange County?
San Diego, close, but not
Ah,
not
you
quite
had
there.
something up
Oh,
your butt, bro.
I'm moving to Orange County then.
Oh, yeah, okay. I'm just saying. You know, if you'll try that, you should try this. I'm just messing. All right, man. Does this help?
Yeah, yeah, no,
Any
great
other
clarity.
questions?
No, I think that we're pretty much dialed in. I'm excited to give both of them a go and see which one I end up liking more and see which one's more profitable.
All right, you're a good dude. You take action. I absolutely love it. And look, you'll figure it out. But please remember that you're in the beginning of your journey. Give yourself time.
Mhm.
Give yourself time. Okay.
Okay, got it.
All right, brother. Peace.
All right, see ya.